You again. I'm the Chief Creative Officer and Technology Officer of AMGI Studios. We are primarily an animation technology studio. We are in Burbank, California. We began as an animation studio. My background is I was one of the first animators at Pixar. I directed and did story and character design. It had a lot to do with Toy Story 1 and 2. I worked very closely with Steve Jobs. And in those days, we were taking the best animation talent, the best Disney talent we can find, mixed with the best computer rendering technology available. Right now, 30 years later, we're doing exactly the same thing. We're in development with an original feature film we created with Netflix. I've hired a lot of my Pixar friends, and we're doing things differently. We're innovating a better way to make animation. We set out to be the fastest animation studio in the world, and I believe we are, because we're using the Unreal Engine as our primary render engine. 3 years ago when we started, people said the Unreal Engine is not ready. It's not feature film ready yet. Well, now it is. So as an artifact, it turns out we have all of these great Unreal programmers and these Disney animators. So we decided to try to play with some NFTs. Turns out we were very successful with the My Pet Hooligan NFT collection. My Pet Hooligan on Twitter, check it out. We're AMGI Studios. And what we're doing differently is that we're treating these characters as Pixar characters. I believe we were the first real, genuine 3D characters in the NFT space. And what do we know? I'm going to treat them exactly the same way we would do Pixar characters. We pose them in different poses. We give them very big eyes, hands, very Disney-style expressions. So we launched the 8,888 set of NFTs. They were sold out in roughly a minute. Along the way, people said, when game? Well, we said, why not? So in less than 6 months, we created what I believe is the highest quality, truly Web3 metaverse game out there. Please check us out. We're in the Palladium, booth 1, and see for yourselves. It's because it's very driven by characters and character animation. We're not interested in putting boxes on our heads and being these lifeless android metahumans, or like what Facebook is doing. We're not interested in that stuff at all. Our stuff is very much driven by the iPhone. You just walk away from your desk, but these are very easy, friendly characters to play with. We're making a Web3 Disneyland. If you remembered nothing else from what I'm talking about today, it's that we're creating a Web3 Disneyland, which means in a Disneyland, you have a downtown Disney, which is free to hang out with. You can get a day pass, you can buy some things, you can dress up with different things that you like. So right now, our game has been available to all 9,000, roughly, of our hooligans, and anyone who is a hooligan owner. They're roughly at about 0.8 ETH right now. They minted for 0.08, jumped up to about 2. They're about 0.8 right now, so very affordable. But anyone who owns a hooligan can jump into our game for free. But this week it's exciting. We're announcing a free-to-play model for anyone who is part of our first 100 lucky winners in our raffle. But I'll let you in on a secret. By the end of the year, we want 1 million free-to-play players in our game. We believe the free-to-play model without a MetaMask is the way to play. Our game is fun whether or not you have NFTs, whether or not you heard of NFTs. Just jump in. It's family-friendly. It's safe for a 10-year-old to jump right in. All of a sudden, you can play with just your email alone, and you don't even know you're playing as an NFT. But there's a lot of things you can purchase for wearables. But what we're doing that's even more unique is that we're driven by face and body. It's more of a social media experiment than even just a game. The game is super fun. It's like Grand Theft Auto meets Zootopia. But more importantly than that, we're introducing a movie theater, a dance club, a comedy club. You're just characters hanging out. More often than not, people are just finding friendships. And it's closer to a Ready Player One experience than anything else out there right now. We're talking with other very popular NFT collections. We're bringing other NFTs into our metaverse. We believe our rabbit hole, which is the rabbit hole, is our first metaverse we're creating. It's the first of many autoverses, is what we call them, which is a mini metaverse. We're creating different autoverses for other NFT collections. All of these are under the umbrella of what we call Interloop. Interloop is our metaverse, and it's an interoperable metaverse that all these other characters can travel from one to the other using a common currency. So we believe the main driver force will be microtransactions with people not even on the blockchain. But for our hooligan holders, they will get the primary VIP treatment, always first in line and always the most benefits. So there it is, My Pet Hooligan on Twitter. Check us out.
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you.
I think the
Thank you,
Mutniks
Colin.
are in.
All right.
The Mutniks should come explore your metaverse for sure.